Hello guys, welcome to this edition of Moogle Speak, where I might be a little bit grumpy, but I'm basically talking about my impressions from a Gamescon from last week, and just talking about some of the newer things we found out about Final Fantasy XIV, and specifically a Realm Reborn that will be a launch later this year or 2013. Who knows at this point? But the first thing I wanted to talk about was just clarification about A Realm Reborn. And I'm still seeing some comments on a few gaming sites that people are assuming that the re-release version of the game is just a massive patch or an expansion or something like that, and it really isn't. It's basically a complete rebuild of the game. It's a rebuild of the game. It is story-wise a continuation of what we had in the original game, but at the same time, it's like they went back and just remade everything from scratch. So you're getting is a brand new game. And when it launches, you won't need to buy it again if you've already bought it. If you have a registered account with Square Enix and you already played the game at launch, once A Realm Reborn is launched again, you will get free 30 days and you won't have to buy the client again. You'll just need to go into your account and download it or something like that, very similar. I'm pretty sure hopefully they're going to make this as seamless and as easy as it is for other MMOs as we're used to when we buy a digital copy from a developer or a publisher or something. So anyway, so people who are worried about buying the client again or anything like that are people that are assuming that this is just a big patch. It really isn't. And this kind of came to shore today a lot because there's this big rumor that Square Enix has asked publishers or has asked store owners to destroy box copies, retail copies of the game, and they're actually going to pay them, reimburse them some money in order for them to do that, so that when A Realm Reborn comes out and there's boxed retail copies of it, and they can sell those instead of the old version. And the thing with the old version is that the client, the engine, is not compatible with The Realm Reborn. When like I said, they rebuilt the game, so they took a completely different, not completely different, but they took a different engine. I don't think it's the Crystal Tools, or if it is the Crystal Tools, it's a heavily modified version of this engine to make A Realm Reborn. So you can't just patch the old game and have A Realm Reborn. It doesn't work that way. You need a brand new client. So the game that I currently have, I'm gonna have to uninstall it and do everything from scratch, re-download the new one, the Realm Reborn version, and play with that, because the old client is not going to work anymore. Pretty certain, I'm 110% sure that's what's happening. If you don't think I'm right, let me know, but I'm pretty sure I am. So anyway, just wanted to make that clear. So, and like I said, it's not just a big patch or an expansion, it is the game that's been rebuilt. So the story-wise, they are taking into consideration the people that have been playing it. However, if you haven't played it, you shouldn't think that, oh, I'm going to be lost, or I'm years behind or whatever. Not really. It's you have to take it like it's a brand new game, basically. There are going to be those of us who have been playing. We're going to have high levels and stuff, but you have to keep in mind that this game allows us to play any class or any job on one character. That means that most people, there's going to be new classes that are probably going to come out in A Realm Reborn or soon after, that people who have, maybe they have all their level 50s unlocked, all their jobs at 50, but there's going to be brand new ones that they don't have. So they will be playing those. That means those people are going to go back to level 1. Hopefully. At least that's how it worked in Final Fantasy XI, so I'm hoping that that's how it's also going to work in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm very excited about getting brand new, not jobs. Jobs in Final Fantasy XIV are sort of like advanced unlockable classes, and they're already, they don't have levels, so you can't just go back and grind at level 1 like we used to in Final Fantasy XI. So what I'm hoping for is really new disciplines. So you've got disciplines of magic, of war, and all that, and those are your classes. Like right now I've got, my only level 50 is Conjurer, and then after that I've got a Thaumaturge at level 20 some, almost 30 I think, and then yeah, that's pretty much. I've got a botanist that's pretty high too. That's about it. And that's your gathering disciplines. So what I'm hoping for is more disciplines when Realm Reborn launches. So some of us who've, have high classes can go back and play with the new people. So that's going to be very exciting. Also, Realm Reborn is going to feature a lot of questing and a lot of traditional quests. So no, a lot of people were worried about having to do leaves again all over, and people are like, I'm not going to buy this game. It's the old questing by leaves again. And it's not going to be like that. Leaves are still going to be there, but they're only going to be for fast experience points for solo players like me. I freaking love leaves for that because there's a lot of money in it, and it's just perfect. It's convenient for my very casual playstyle, especially that school is going to start again. I'm going to be working still. I'm not going to have any much time for gaming, so if I could just hop into a few leaves and log out and progress that way, then that's awesome. And that's why, leaves are still important, but they're not going to be your only way or your main way of progressing. You're going to have to do quests now, and the quests should be more rewarding and more, hopefully, they're going to be more interactive and more, what do I call it, story driven and all that, which is what we were promised originally. So hopefully they deliver on that. Speaking of which, well, first, I was going to talk about the Yoshida interview I was just reading the other day, which was really, really good. It was on the RPGsite.net, Final Fantasy XIV. There's this interview, and it's really awesome. And the gist of it is that, so they're explaining how Realm Reborn is a rebuilt version of the game, not expansion or patch or anything like that. Talking about mini games, they want to have mini games like Chocobo Racing and card games, but Yoshida says that he's waiting for that perfect one. So he doesn't want to just throw just all kinds of mini games in there and have people play with it for a few days or weeks and then abandon it. He wants to have something that's really meaningful to the gameplay, and he wants, looks like he's talking about people wanting rewards be rewarded for the time that they spend, even if it is a mini game. So it looks like he's really thinking deeply about what a minigame would mean. But I did see somewhere in one of the Japanese sites that they did talk about a gold saucer. Gold saucer? Yeah, that's what it is. The casino that was in Final Fantasy VII. Somebody leaked or said that they were thinking about implementing that. So to me that says that they've gone a little bit more into the planning stages than Yoshida is letting on. And what else did they talk about? Oh, they're talking about regaining trust of people, and he says that they basically he's being very, very attentive to what the community wants. And the most important thing is they're making this a Final Fantasy game. He was feeling that the MMO versions of Final Fantasy were getting too far from what the single player versions were, from what Final Fantasy essentially is. And so in this game he's going to start bringing a lot more Final Fantasy stuff. A lot of it is in terms of throwback features like the Crystal Tower, the Gold Saucer, what else? Mooglets, Moogles in the Magnet network that that are the little mailmans and stuff. So they're bringing back, finally we're getting a mailing system, woo! Meteor, Magitech armor, all that kind of stuff. Which is, elements from older series titles, whatever. And so that's very, very exciting, and I'm hoping that the game, when it comes back, has a lot more Final Fantasy-ness about it. And that's what they're really going for, so that's exciting. For people that are a fan of the MMO and also people that are just a fan of Final Fantasy, period. I hope that those guys also give it a try, especially when the game comes out on PlayStation 3. I'm definitely getting a copy on the PlayStation 3. I'm so excited for that. So, alright. Oh, they're talking about the free-to-play. I know a lot of people are wondering about that because all the games seems to be going to free-to-play or some sort of freemium option. So they're saying that they promised the fans that they would release a game with a subscription at a certain price, and before they even think about free-to-play or freemium or anything, they're going to deliver on that promise first. And then after the fact, then they might start thinking about other ways of monetizing the game. So even though there's a lot of people out there who are like, they'll never go free to play, it's Square Enix, they've already tried it and it didn't work. They're not saying no. They're not saying no. So get used to it already. They're not saying it's going to be right away. When a Realm Reborn release, it will be subscription. But to those of you who say, oh my god, I'm not going to play if it's subscription based, the subscription is very, very flexible, and it is pretty cheap. If you have taken advantage of the game so far and you are a Legacy member, you are only paying $10 a month. For me, that's awesome. That's, you know, one of the reasons I kept playing the game and paying for it is because I wanted to get that $10 a month because I love Final Fantasy, but again, I am getting a bit more aware of how much I'm spending, and I don't want to be spending so much anymore. Economy and all of those things, right? So to me, that's a deal. If you haven't taken part of that, of the Legacy, then you can have one character on, I think, 8 servers maximum, and you're paying, I think it's $12.99, so $13 a month. If you want to pay $15.99, then you get more characters per server that are available for play. So, you know, it is a bit more flexible in that sense than some subscription-only games. There's not a lot of those around anymore either, though. So, but they're definitely thinking about it. What else that I thought was really, really, really interesting? Actually, that's pretty much it in this article. There's a few other things that you might want to be interested in looking at, but new server architecture and all that. The game's going to be a lot smoother, and it's still going to look really good. I know the graphics do look different, so some people weren't a big fan, but I think it's just something we're going to have to get used to. I like it because the graphics right now in Final Fantasy 14, I think I've said that before, are a little too saturated for me. They're like, oh, it's bright. But in the Realm Reborn, it's a little bit more toned down, a little bit more earthy, and I really like that. The stuff I'm not too impressed with is basically the whole Gamescom coverage. They is really under the radar. We knew pretty much all of this stuff from the first day because a lot of it was leaked from the it was only supposed to be for the media the first day at Gamescom, but not public. But we had, you know, a video on YouTube and stuff like that we got to see, and then after that was it. The first morning was like epic, and then there was nothing because the only thing they showed was this this video, the combat video, and which was a lot of jumping and you know, gameplay and all that, and it was very beautiful, very exciting, except for the grass. Oh my god, the grass, it's 2D. Oh no, could not believe that. Anyway, and yeah, and then we got screenshots and some concept art just like we did for E3. Fine, okay, exciting. But we've already had the 2 videos come out, the trailer videos, awesome. But other than that, really, there wasn't much of anything else. And I didn't like the fact that the video, the gameplay video isn't even a commercial gameplay video like we've seen for, let's say, Ion and NCSoft, Guild Wars and stuff. Like, they have videos, or I know Ion had videos of the combat and stuff while they were doing their pre-beta marketing on their site, and that's kind of what we would like to see, but we're not seeing that. We're seeing like shaky YouTube videos. Some of them that have come out have actually been really high quality, so thank you guys that have taken those. But I mean, it's not on the official site, and people have been dying and screaming for gameplay videos, so get with the program, guys. I mean, you've done an awesome job so far, but when it comes to your marketing, you still kind of suck. And in the trailer videos, again, there was still a letdown. I have no idea why they couldn't release it for E3. Maybe I'm thinking it's because it wasn't ready for E3. And they said that it was, but and I decided not to show it. I'm not buying that because what we got wasn't like amazing angels singing. Oh, it wasn't. It was okay. It was good. I mean, I liked it and all, but the voice acting wasn't very good and whatever. I mean, I still like it because I love the game, but to try to woo other people, I mean, or wow other people, it just, well, woo was a good word too. um, I don't know. I'm not really understanding their marketing strategy. About that though, they said that they were going to do another wave of marketing and information um, at the 25th anniversary, which is coming up pretty soon. So the Final Fantasy 25th anniversary celebration, we should be getting more information. There has been a leak, a very, very nice leak. If I gotta find it now, there's information on Gamerscape, Yoursopedia. Anyways, it's the Gamerscape website. Go to it. And basically for about a day or a few hours, I'm not really sure, Final Fantasy XIV, the official site, made a mistake, and they updated their job site with 2 new jobs. I don't know if there's disciplines or jobs. I think maybe one's a discipline and one's a job, but anyway. And we were like, oh my god! And then they took it down and even deleted some posts on the forum. There's one post that hasn't been deleted because I think they're sort of fessing up to it now, but not really. And I think, so one of them is the Arcanist job, and the other one is Summoner. So I think Arcanist is the discipline, while Summoner would be the, where is it? Oh, there it is. Well, the Summoner would be Armory system. So we've got the Arcanist. So that would be the discipline of magic. Yes, sorry. It says accompanied by a familiar in battle. Familiar. Adepts of the art of Arcanum derive their might from symbols of power born of geometric techniques, hailing from across the southern seas. Held within special grimoires, these symbols lend shape to the Arcanist's aether, thereby allowing him to produce myriad powerful spells. Using magic gemstones upon which the selfsame symbols are graven, Arcanists are also able to summon forth the ephemeral being Carbuncle to carry out their bidding. Yeah! Carbuncle! I'm definitely going to Arcanist. No doubt about it. I've already got my Conjurer, so Arcanist is definitely my next discipline. And then we've got the job that will probably go in hand with the Arcanist, and that's Summoner. So Summoner looks like we'll be able to summon the bigger elementals. So which they told us before we're not going to be able to. So, but here's a description. You can judge for yourself. Summoner, part of the job system. The beast tribes of Eorzea worship and summon forth beings known as primals, among which are Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan. Yet what is a god to one man is a demon to another, for the city-states of Eorzea see these beings as a grave threat to their collective survival. In times immemorial, there lived mages who had not only the power to summon the primals, but also the means to transmute the primals' essences, thus binding them to their will. Known simply as summoners, the existence of these men and women and their arcane art have all but been lost to the ages. So Yoshida was saying that summoners will not be able to summon Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan, but it looks like we can. So did they change their minds, or was just a placeholder? What's going on? I don't know, but it's freaking exciting if it's for real. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's all of the exciting news of Gamescom. I really don't have anything else. Oh, there is the Wandering Minstrel. There's a minstrel wandering around still. I don't think it's the same guy that gave us Orgubu mounts. Might be the same guy. Or maybe it is. Anyway, new bard, and he's going around talking about Dalamed and how it's coming down on our heads. And I guess he's been arrested because he was spreading dissent and panic and stuff. So that's exciting. If you're playing the game right now, there should be different things happening. Like I was live streaming the other day, and I was noticing that there were signs of the 12 appearing on certain places, like rocks. And there's one big one. I think it's Menfina. or no, it's not Menfina. Menfina's on a rock in a stone circle. And then there's another goddess that is appearing in Gridania on the big tree of the Conjurer's Guild. So that's pretty awesome. And so yeah, things are changing, things are coming ahead. So pay attention if you're playing right now, what's going on around you. Alright, that's pretty much it for this edition of Moogle Speak. If you have comments, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. And we will see you next time. Bye.